sending out applications for the opportunities that you're targeting almost on a daily basis. But what kind of feedback are you getting? The question is your CV getting you the kind of interviews that you're targeting? My name is Mary Amondo, in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And this is part of what we'll be discussing today. As usual, I am joined by our CV writing expert, Evelyn, who will be expounding more on this discussion. Thank you, Evelyn, for creating time again.
Thank you as well, Mary. I'm glad to be here.
Great. We are discussing about whether our CVs is getting us the interviews we are looking for. So just to begin with, first of all, what's the main role of a CV?
Okay, so the main role of a CV, most of the time, candidates actually tend to overlook a CV. They'll be like, okay, I'm supposed to send this CV. Let me just send it as it is. But the main bit here, they're forgetting the fact that this CV is the first ticket to that interview. So if it's not up to standard, if it's not up to the current recruitment standards, most likely this person won't get feedback. That's where you find people are like, I've sent so many applications, no feedback at all. Yeah, because they also need to put in mind, when I do this CV, I'm going to get that interview. So what am I supposed to do in this CV for this CV to make, as in, what am I supposed to do in this CV so that it stands out to recruiters, so that they'll be like, let's call so-and-so for an interview. Yeah.
So the main role for a CV is to give you a positive feedback for an interview.
Exactly.
Interesting. As an expert, having done this and even interacted with recruiters across the board, why would a job seeker be struggling to get invitations for an interview?
Nice one. Yeah, so actually a lot of people struggle. Like I told you, we engage with so many of these candidates. So they'll even give us a background of what they've been doing. So most of the things that are usually coming up, poor presentation. There's this bit whereby people just send these CVs for the sake of sending them without putting into consideration the key points. So when it comes to poor presentation, this is mostly in the formatting. The person just sends the CV with disregarding, maybe this CV might be passed through a system. So will this CV, the design that I've brought out, will it be able to pick out the keywords from that CV? Because mostly the recruiters, their main goal is usually the keywords. So if the CV has a lot of tables, that system will not pick out anything. So they need to be able, that's why we come in now. Because remember, we are the experts. So we are able to differentiate if this is an ATS compliant CV and if this is not an ATS CV. So we'll be able to differentiate those bits and give them a winning chance in the interview stage.
In terms of the presentation.
Exactly. Yeah. Second point, Mary, this one is usually actually the major one. So most people tend to use the same CV for different applications. Normally that's not supposed to be the case. So now when they send the CVs to us, we are able to pick out, we've seen an advert, what are the key points they're looking at? So we are able to translate that information into this CV so that this person gets an interview winning CV. Yeah, because remember here, the main bit here is for them to be called in for that interview. So we are able to pick out keywords relevant to the current job market. And you know, there are different sectors would prefer a different way of bringing out information in the CV. So we are fully conversant with all these sectors because we've worked with several professionals who've worked in various sectors like the NGOs, the hospitality sector, like it's broad. So we're able to churn that knowledge and bring these bits into the CV. That's why you'll see most of our candidates are like, oh, okay, because most of even the people we get are mostly referrals. Yeah, so that also, when they get to see, oh, okay, the CV was done by CSS and this is what worked for them. So it's actually...
So it is important actually to ensure that you tailor your experience with the job description for the position you're being interviewed for.
Yeah.
How does CSS help professionals to overcome this challenge of not tailoring their CVs, of not presenting their CVs very well to ensure that they land that job interview?
Okay. So mostly, we offer the professional CV writing services. Yeah, so we are a team of experts. I'm not the only one. So candidates will come to us. They've shared their CV. So we are able to pick out the gaps that are in that CV, the areas where it's falling short. We even get to advise them why all these bits that they've brought out are not making them get that interview. Because now that's where we come in, because we're able to pick out these bits that are not coming out strongly. their keywords, the skills have not been properly highlighted. And this is a crucial thing when it comes to recruiters. So we're able to highlight those things in a way that if they themselves did it, they would not be able to manage all those bits. So that's where we come in, so that we get to increase their chances and they get called in for that interview. Because we are experts, we are the gurus. So
as an
we know
expert,
exactly.
of course, you know the formats that
Yeah.
are ATS compliant
Exactly.
and how best to tailor the JD to match the experience. Great. Nice to have you in the channel once again.
Awesome.
As you have heard, it is important to ensure that the CV, the document that you're sending out when applying for those job opportunities, are in a well presentable format, and you've tailored the job description to match the experience that you have. That is what will increase chances of you getting a feedback for that interview that you're longing for. We encourage you to share with us your CV in the email address provided below, and even to subscribe to this channel so that every time we share insights, videos on areas that perhaps are very key that employers are paying attention to, you don't miss out on the video. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.